Alrighty guys, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome back to the channel. I think I'm going to start the Smolov squat program again, but it's going to be a little bit modified this time. The past few times that I've done it, and if you guys have been following me for a long time, you guys would know that I've done the Smolov squat program several times, and I've never been able to 100% completely finish it. And the reason for that is because it's just a very rigorous program, really hard on your body in terms of recovery, in terms of just active exercise, actual working sets. There's just a lot of weight, a lot of reps, very high frequency kind of program. So the actual Smolov squat program has 5 different phases. So there's a phase in, a base cycle, switching phase, intense cycle, and then a taper week. The farthest that I've ever gone with the Smolov is I started the intense phase. That was the furthest I've ever gotten into the Smolov squat program. Now some people say, and some people argue, that to complete the whole Smolov squat program, you kind of need to be on performance enhancing drugs. Now I would disagree. I know some people have really good genetics and they can complete it naturally, but for me personally, it was just really tough. The recovery was not there. The weights, I just could not hit the weights. I just could not do the weights for the certain reps that they were asking me to do in the Smolov squat program. So you know, some people overestimate their 1 rep max, some people underestimate it. Whatever, it's gonna depend on that as well. So if you're underestimating your 1 rep max, then obviously you're gonna be able to do a little bit more or get further into the Smolov squat program. If you overestimate it, you're not gonna get very far at all. So I'm gonna basically do, I guess, my own program, but highly influenced by the Smolov squat program. And the reason why I like the Smolov squat program is because it has worked for me. If you guys haven't seen it yet, I posted a video, man, it was a long time ago, I think a few years ago at least, where I talk about how I gained 70 pounds on my squat max within like 4 or 5 weeks, which is actually ridiculous. I went from, I think, 425 to 495. And so it's worked for me in the past. Alhamdulillah, I haven't gotten injured from it previously, and maybe that's because I just didn't complete the intense cycle. I barely did, I think, like the first 1 or 2 days into the intense cycle, but that was basically it. I think the base cycle was very nice. It's almost like a linear progression kind of thing. So what you're basically doing in the base cycle is every single week you're doing the same exact sets and reps. You're just increasing the weight by just a little bit. So and actually in the Smolov squat program, it's not really by a little bit, it's kind of by a lot. And it worked for me previously, and so I'm gonna go ahead and try it out again. But this time I'm gonna try to be a little bit smarter about it and think more long term, because every single time I do the Smolov squat program, I peak, I get a crazy squat that I've never hit before, I hit a 1 rep max, and then after that my squat just plummets. And at the same time, my deadlift takes a hit and my bench takes a hit. So this time around, I want to do the Smolov, the modified Smolov program, squat program, but maintain my bench, or continue increasing my bench max, but obviously focus a lot more on squats. So deadlifting is probably going to take a pause for at least a few weeks. So I'm really excited about it. I've got it kind of planned out, graphed out on how it's going to go, and how my weights are moving from a week to week basis. And I'm actually using kind of an Excel, or what is it called on Mac, the numbers program on MacBook, and just tracking it, basically putting down all the weights, all the reps, and then it gives me a nice little graph to see my progression over the next few weeks. So I'm excited to share it with you guys. And yeah, so let's talk a little bit about this workout that I did yesterday. So I did 135 for a warm-up, did it for a few sets. Now the warm-up is really important, by the way, in the Smolov, because they don't talk about the warm-up at all. They just tell you, hey, first day do 3 sets of 8 at 65%, I think, or whatever it was. So make sure you take your time and do your warm-up sets, do your warm-up routine, whatever it is, whether it's walking or doing a certain exercise. don't underestimate the power and the importance of a warm-up. And then I went to 2 plates after a few sets of 135, did that for a few repetitions, and then I did 275, did that for I believe 1 rep, and then I finally got into my working set, which was the first weight that I did was 295. Now you're supposed to do 65% of your 1 rep max. Now technically my 1 rep max is 495, but that was years ago, and I'm pretty sure, I don't know if I could hit it again. So I'm gonna go off of, I went off of 60%, and it felt really good. Did 295 for 3 sets of 8. I was able to complete that, which was really good. And then the next thing you were supposed to do is 1 set of 5 reps at 70%, and I went with 65%. It just felt, you know, a lot better, and especially to kind of ease into the Smolov, I decided to go 5% lighter. So that was 320 pounds for 1 set of 5, and then I did 1 set of 2. You're supposed to do 2 sets of 2 with the Smolov. I did 1 set of 2 at 70%. It's supposed to be 75%. I did that at 345 pounds, and then a final set of 1 by 1 at 80%, and that's actually what the Smolov is as well, 1 by 1 at 80%. So it felt really good. That last rep actually was really heavy. It looks good, I think, in the video. Let me see. So the unrack, I mean, I could tell it was relatively heavyweight. I was kind of shaking a little bit, but it moved smooth, man. I mean, I'm looking at it right now, playing it back. It looked really smooth. So happy with the way it moved. I think most of these sets are actually, none of these sets were at RPE 10 or even RPE 9. So that's a good indicator that I'm not over exhausting my body, and I think that's my mentality going to the Smolov squat program this time is do not go to RPE 9, do not go to RPE 10, try to stick around RPE 8, and maybe once we get into the base cycle, the last few weeks of the base cycle, maybe go RPE 9, and then obviously on the max out days you have to go RPE 10. So but aside from that, I'm gonna try to stick around RPE 7, RPE 8. I think that's the smartest thing to do, and we'll see how that works over the next few weeks as well. And then one last thing that I want to mention before we end this video, actually two things. So one is the recovery. I'm gonna really focus a lot on foam rolling, and then I'm also using the Hypervolt and some other massage guns. Ached Away is one, and actually Ached Away, I have a discount code, I'll link it in the description. If you guys want to support me and use that, that would be appreciated. I think the Ached Away is actually a little bit stronger than the Hypervolt, but either one is good. I enjoy either one. Either way, the recovery, I have to really focus on foam rolling, using the massage gun, and then stretching out. I think those 3 are really important, and so we'll see how it goes, man. Inshallah, I'm really excited. The last thing I wanted to mention before I end this video is this shirt right here. Ummah is gonna come out very soon. We're still testing it out. My last video was talking a little bit about the shirt. My friends are trying it out, giving me some feedback, and a few other individuals are also trying it on, and we're just trying to kind of basically eliminate all of the things that we see wrong with the shirt, or that we see potential problems with the shirt. So we're really excited to come out with this shirt. The fabric is phenomenal, the fit is great, just a few minor adjustments and few maybe design tweaks or changes in the next few weeks, and inshallah I'll keep you guys updated on that as well. If you guys are interested, go ahead and subscribe, man. That really would be appreciated. Almost at 10,000 subscribers, so I really appreciate you guys, man. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys are gonna stick around for the next few weeks for the Smolov squat program, and hopefully even longer than the next few weeks. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Inshallah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.